Okay, hello and welcome to today's video. So today's video is a review video. I haven't really done any of these before, discounting my Breath of the Wild review video, card in top right, but I played through Typoman recently, a game on the Switch and many other consoles, but I played on the Switch, and I liked it, so I decided I'd review it. Well, I was going to review it anyway, whether I liked it or not, but yeah. So, if you want to actually see my playthrough of the game, look at the card in the top right there. If not, well, either way, let's get right into it. So first I'm going to briefly explain the whole game, okay? So the first bit will have spoilers, but then the second bit will, but I'll let you know, okay? So basically it takes place in a limbo of sorts, filled with unused letters. Like, it's quite odd, but it's really nice atmosphere and environment and everything. But anyway, the main character is this guy with one arm, his body part spelling out hero. Like, the legs as a H, the body as E, the arm as R, and the head as an O. And he's trying to survive in this limbo of sorts and escape. However, of course, there's some stuff trying to stop him. Now this is the point where there will be big spoilers. So, skip ahead to 2 minutes 58 seconds to avoid the spoilers, or keep watching if you don't mind. But anyway, the hero is missing an arm that he needs to be able to get rid of all the evil stuff and get out. But just when he finds it and he's about to get it, it's eaten by this evil monster called Fenrir. I don't know how you pronounce it, it's just F-E-N-R-I-R. So the hero has to progress to try and get the arm. But then another evil being called Garmr, G-A-R-M-R, is trying to stop him. I think he's the main antagonist, and he creates tons of greed, G-R-E-E-D, lies, L-I-E-S, hate, H-A-T-E, and so on enemies to stop you. And eventually you get past all of this and you find Fenrir again, however you pronounce it, and you partake in an epic battle and you regain the arm. Destroy all of the bad words, turning them into good words, and yeah. That's kind of it. I mean, the story is quite odd, and there are many ways you could interpret it. That's just the most basic way I would interpret it, but yeah. Also, after completing the game, you unlock 2 mini-games. One requires you to make as many words as you can in 60 seconds, from a certain amount of letters. Basically just countdown. And another requires you to make a specific word using certain letters. However, you don't have all the letters there, so you have to make other words, create the opposite of the other words, and then once you've got the opposite of the other words, you can get letters from that to make the actual word. It's good. The second one is the better one of the two. But anyway, got past all that, so for the actual review, I'll be splitting it up into 4 main sections. Gameplay, graphics, music, and story. Okay, so looking first at gameplay, it's actually pretty good. So the whole game is based around the unique idea of word crafting, the way that you can change the letters in the words in the environment that you're in, and when you create new words, they affect the environment you're in. Like, you can get words to open doors, give the character a hat, all sorts. One in particular I liked was if you create the word dev, D-E-V, it'll put the logo of the company that made it in place of the character's head. I found that one quite funny. However, despite all this nice stuff, there's only one thing I'd mark it down on, and that'd be, it can sometimes get a bit tedious when you literally don't know what word to make, and you just end up creating random words in the hope that you'll get it right. If it gets to that point, basically you just look it up on the internet and then skip past it, and the rest of the game's fine, and there's only like 3 or 4 of those cases in the whole game. Whole game being like about 4 or so hours of gameplay. Well, at least it was for me. So overall, really good gameplay. I'd give the gameplay a 9 out of 10. Next, looking at the graphics, they're really amazing. It may seem like at first that they're just simple silhouette based graphics, which they kind of are, but the graphics are actually meant to be ink, and if you actually look, they're amazing. So like, they've got like just the ink sort of like floating off the character into the distance. It's like really nice particle effect sort of graphics, whatever it is. And just the particle effects in general across the game, not just for the actual characters, are really good. Like for attacks, words being created, fire chasing the player, all sorts. And look, if you look even further in detail, you can see really nice things like, as I mentioned earlier, the player is spelled out by the word hero, and like enemies might be spelled out by bad words, for example, hate. Little details like this are really good, and I like it. And overall, just the art style is amazing, really unique and good. So I'd give the graphics a 10 out of 10. Third, looking at the music, it's pretty nice. I mean, the music in general isn't the sort of thing you'd want to listen to by itself, with the exception of a few pieces, as really it's mainly just ambient pieces. However, there are some really nice pieces in there for like cutscenes and fighting enemies. Despite this, the music suits the game really well. Even if it's not the sort of thing you listen to by itself in most cases, it is amazing for the game, and I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Next, looking at the story, it's quite a complex one. As I mentioned before, although you may not have heard if you were skipping the spoilers, but it's pretty hard to interpret the story. Like, at first it appears to be simple, just like, you're this guy made out of the words hero, you're having to escape this world, bad guys are chasing you, that sort of thing. However, from the name of, if you're looking at it from the point of view of the name Typoman, suggests the character is created by a typo, as in misspelling a word, and therefore this world is where letters go when they're discarded, when a word was misspelt. If it is like that, then that's sort of like every time you type a word, better spell it right, otherwise it's going to go to that limbo place or whatever. And that's one way you could interpret it. Another is that I read online somewhere, I would have given you a link, but I can't remember where it was, but I read online that the game Typoman represents what it was like to be like a sort of small author in like the 19th or 20th century or something, with the character representing the small author and the antagonists representing the big ones trying to stop the small one, or something like that. I'm not sure about that one, I can't really remember where I found it. It was a website in like Japanese or something and I lost it, so yeah. But there's also an official guidebook for the game. It might have the actual story intended by the developers written in there. I don't know, I don't have it. I can't really afford to buy that, considering I'm still saving up for my new computer, but oh well. Either way, you can interpret the story in many ways, and the fact that they don't just outright tell you it, but leave implied meaning, I really like that, and I think that's pretty good. So I'd give the story an 8 out of 10. So, to conclude, that comes to 35 out of 40, which is from the 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10. 35 out of 40 is therefore 87.5%, but that's not a nice number, so the overall score for Typoman that I'm giving it is 88%. I would definitely consider playing it if you get the chance, especially considering the price is only £10 or around $14 in America, which is pretty good value for the game. Whether you're playing on the Switch, Steam, PlayStation or any other console. And, well, with that, the video's ending, so thank you for watching. Hope you go and buy Typoman if you haven't already, and like and subscribe for more content. Also, feel free to leave your thoughts below in the comments. Have you played Typoman? Did you like it? Do you like the review video? Something like that. Hope to see you soon, and bye.